What's up, rock stars? It's Rocks with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. Alright, you guys, it's a terrible glare. It's so bright and sunny out, even though it's really, really cold. To all my rock stars out there that is suffering from this cold weather down south that we're not used to. Even those up north, it is freezing everywhere. It seems like it is cold all over, with the exception of the West Coast. They don't never get no damn extra cold. I mean, it's probably cold to them, but shout out to everybody out there. Y'all stay safe, stay warm, and if you ain't got to get out into the elements, then don't. First story up. Got to talk about the follow-up on Tamar and Vince situation. You guys know that I did a Top of the Blogs Extra while I was on vacation about this. It was all the news. It was all the rave. It was all the talk on the blogs. The fact that Tamar said that Vincent had impregnated another woman, also dragged Laura Govan into the mix, into the mess, and it was on all of our lips at the end of last week. This week, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm about sick of all of them. Okay, don't know what to believe. Never have been so confused by a story. Starting to begin to feel like we've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, you guys, because none of the story makes sense. Now, let's back up. When we first heard about Vince and Tamar breaking up, we were all shocked by the news that Evelyn put out there, saying that Vince was beating her daughter and that she simply did not want him to kill her. Then she doubled down on it as she went on a media circuit, talking to any and everybody who would listen, telling the story in a little bit more detail of how he would beat her up and how she would be so afraid. You know, Evelyn would be afraid for her daughter and also for Logan, you know, that she would protect the child as they were in there fighting. I mean, it was a whole bunch, right? I told you guys back then the story was odd to me. The fact that Tamar wasn't saying anything, Vince wasn't saying anything, Evelyn was on this media circuit, and it was odd because, as far as we all knew, Tamar and Vince were still together. However, on their television show, we started to see the crumbling of a marriage, okay? Them constantly fighting. I didn't see it because I didn't watch the show. But from what I understand, them constantly fighting, constantly arguing, and then it all coming to a head at the end where she went and got an apartment away from Vince. So you got this happening on the show where their marriage is falling apart, and then you've got the real life where it seemed that neither Tamar or Vince was really confirming what was going on. And we like, fuck, it's a reality show. This is supposed to be reality. Are you together or are you not? Well, Tamar then put out a statement saying that, yeah, they're not going to be together, and that, she found out that she was worth more, and that, they did fight, and, it had been covered up as passion all these years, but she found out, she realized that it wasn't right, and, they were just trying to stay together for appearance's sake and for people to say that, oh, they have a good marriage and all of that. Okay, so then we were like, okay, it's happening. She's been on this tour with Escape, and on the tour, she is, at least every time I see video of Tamar performing, she's always talking about how, she found her worth, and she's not gonna be with somebody who don't appreciate her. Of course, we're all going to associate that with her husband Vince, right? But the strange part about all of that is Vince is Escape's manager, all right, which means that Vince would be on the tour, at least partially, with them. And the fact that Tamar is on this tour with Vince, them two keeping close proximity to each other, it was just like, how is this happening? Like, she's talking about him on the tour, but they're still together, but they not together. It doesn't make sense, right? Then last week, I told you guys about Tamar finally putting out this statement saying that Vince had gotten some chick pregnant, that the girl had contacted her, that he was arrested on Christmas Day because of jealousy issues. And, then we were all like, oh my goodness, Vince done wild out and it's a mess. He out there and got caught up like that. But then I started hearing people saying, oh no, they were together on Christmas Day. They were together on New Year's Eve, celebrating, bringing in the new year. So then you start to wonder, okay, so they got a restraining order. They're not together for the holiday, Christmas, but they are together. Like, they got same matching pajamas, and then they bring in the new year. Like, all of this, would you do with somebody who you were trying to get a divorce from and that you were so disgusted and upset with? it just doesn't make any sense. We saw that Tamar was defending Vince when somebody spoke out and said that Vince, I guess this was a group or a person that he managed back in the day. They said that Vince was abusive even back then. So she wasn't surprised that Tamar was going through that. And Tamar came to Vince's defense and said, you know what, bitch, you just trying to get some money, basically. And he ain't did shit to you that all other managers do to their artists when they're trying to develop them and get them into place to, be in the industry. And then she was quoted even saying that Vince is not a violent abuser. I was just like, what is a violent abuser as opposed to a soft, gentle abuser? Like, it's like being a little pregnant. It's starting to feel like they've got this separate thing going on in the media, and then what they have going on in their real life. I just, it doesn't make real cohesive sense. And when you start to look at the whole thing together, you just start to feel like maybe they are pulling a scam. Okay, maybe they are playing on our sympathies. Okay, trying to get everybody riled up on the emotions of what may be going on in their relationship when it's not true. And if that is indeed what they're doing, which for the life of me, I can't understand why somebody would do this. Why would you sell out your marriage? And now we know it happens because we have seen countless other people. Who comes to mind right away? Frost Facts, right? Kirk and Rashida. We've seen people get so caught up in the reality story that it carries over into their real life, and but it doesn't seem to be really what their real life is. And I'm just starting to feel like that's what it could be for Tamar. People will say that, she's an abused woman. A lot of times they are, not sure of themselves. They make a decision and then they come back on it. They back up off of it and try to protect their abuser. And I guess that could be happening here, but I just don't know. I don't understand. The fact that the Braxton family is keeping quiet, I don't even know how to read that. I'm not sure if they're keeping quiet because, they just don't want to get into the mess, or they are sick of their sister and the fact that she's lying. Like, we don't even know how to read the Braxton's reaction to this. I've heard people say, oh, she talks so bad about her sister's marriages and, now this is karma coming back on her. But if she wants this type of karma, if this is the reaction that she wants everybody to have from her relationship, like, it's just crazy to me. And if they really are using this to gain some sort of, popularity? Everybody know who Vince and Tamar was, So is this, I couldn't understand why people would put themselves in this position. I told you guys in my video, the special that I did, that I felt like this was going to be a year that was out of control for Tamar, and it looks like it already has been that way. She's gotten rid of her Instagram because, she couldn't take the pressure. She couldn't take the heat. She obviously didn't realize how big of a story that this was going to be. And then you start to think about her dragging in Laura Govan and Gilbert Arenas and all of them, and where that fits into the picture of whether she's telling the truth or not. Gilbert Arenas doesn't strike me as the type to just be lying just to be lying. Partial truths, not necessarily the story. Like, are they all in the cahoots together? It just honestly doesn't make sense, and I'm tired of it. They talking about Tamar having a boyfriend, some drug dealer turned entrepreneur out in California somewhere, some guy named Ricky or Rick. Okay, if you go on Famous, they have pictures and videos of him and his Instagram name and all of that. Not quite sure where he works into this whole picture, but supposedly Tamar has been seeing this guy on the side. It's just too much. And really, we shouldn't be lending this much thought to somebody else's fucking marriages that we don't really care about that much, so I don't know. But in the meantime, we're going to keep on watching and see what happens with Tamar and Vince. But like I said, she's off of Instagram now. She is dealing with whatever she's dealing with in private. They did say something about the fact that they're going to try to co-parent, raise their children, their child together and all of that, which is bullshit because, divorced people raise their children successfully apart from each other all the time. Okay? So either you're gonna stay with the motherfucker or you're not. Is he beating your ass or is he not? Okay? Did he get somebody pregnant or is he not? Did you guys cheat on each other or did you not? Like, it's just too much. It's entirely too much. So that's it on the Vince and Tamar situation. Right now, I'm calling bullshit. I reserve the right to change that opinion as the year goes on and we find more evidence. But as of now, I can't with Tamar and Vince. And then, since we were talking about Tamar and Vince, we might as well talk about the tour that Tamar was on with Escape. You guys all know that she's been performing. Every city that they go to, they would bring out a local act, you know, a person that was, or a group that was popular to that specific city and let them perform. Okay, well, on the closing act, the closing concert of the tour was here in Atlanta because everybody that was on the roster for the most part was from Atlanta with the exception of June's Diary. So they're here in Atlanta. They're bringing up local acts. Rich Homie Quan. Not Rich Homie Quan. Who was it? T.I. and some other people. Okay. Another person, another act, another rapper that you would that's synonymous with Atlanta is Kaya. Okay, Kaya from the Queen's Court. And supposedly Tamar had invited Kaya on to perform like all the other groups had done in the past. Perform her very large hit, My Neck, My Back. That was the guys, at least, that they said that they had invited T.S. Madison and Kaya to this tour. We know that the Queen's Court rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and that they have talked about plenty of folks, even Candy, who was on that tour. Okay, Candy being a part of the Escape group, and Candy having a very large voice, Candy having some power obviously over that tour. She got wind that the Queen's Court was going to be going out there to perform, or as Candy understood it, was going out there to roast people, namely Toya Wright, who is a really good friend of Candy Barres, and also an Atlanta, not an Atlanta native, but an Atlanta resident now, very much in the Atlanta Hollywood scene. So Candy put a stop to it. Now, I can't get into the whether or not, you know, they was kicked out or if they left on their own. The bottom line is Tamar brought the Queen's Court out there to have some bit of mess in this, you know, in this closing concert. Not sure if she's trying to take the heat off of her, knowing that she is going to be on the docket once Queen's Court starts to record again, or if she was indeed trying to, you know, strike back at Toya. I thought that was squashed by now. Toya said that she was going to try to be a better person and not be fighting along with women, and Tamar has said certain things like that in the past as well, so it was just sort of like that was an issue that had died. So not quite sure why she would stoop so low as to try to bring the Queen's Court on there to talk about Toya. I don't know if I believe that they were like just like specifically there to talk about Toya, but you have to know that if T.S. Madison and Kaya get up there to perform, that they have the control of the mic. They're on the stage. Even if they finish singing, they can start talking and saying whatever the hell they want to say afterwards. And if they've already said shit about Candy and Toya and all that, why would they be allowed to get up there, even have the chance to say something negative about, you know, people that are there that would be embarrassed by what they had to say on the stage. And a part of me was just like, Tamar, like, even though you did that, you guys know that Kaya ain't really loyal to nobody. Okay, you done did that and called her your homegirl and everything, and Kaya will still talk about you on the Queen's Court. They will still put you on the docket. She gotta know she gonna be on there, so I'm not quite sure. Like, this is such a spectacle. Such a spectacle. But I can't, you know, you can't expect Candy to sit by and not wield her power if she can indeed do so. Okay, no, they can't go out there. They cannot perform. And you know, people was going back and forth on whether or not, you know, it was because of what Kaya and them has said about Candy. Bottom line is, I'm not letting you go out there. I'm not giving you the chance, not giving you the platform. So that is what has happened. We're going to hear a whole lot about it on the next episode of the Queen's Court, I'm sure. But how did you guys feel about that? Did you feel like they should have still let Kaya perform? Even if they just let Kaya go out there and not T.S. Madison, would you guys have been okay with that? So, yeah, they put a shut to it. shut down to it. This is going to be an interesting year for the Queen's Court. Okay, they're getting a whole lot of attention right now. It's just going to be interesting to see how they turn out. But you guys tell me what you guys think about that. Whose side were you on, the Queen's Court or Candy's? I know you guys are tired of me talking about Cardi B and the fact that she wins all the time. I mean, 2018 probably won't be any different from 2017. Started out with a bang. They say that Cardi B is the first rapper, the only rapper, with their first 3 singles in the Billboard Hot 100 in the top 10 at the same time. So those 3 songs were No Limit with G-Eazy. I think A$AP Rocky is also in that song. And then you got Motorsport with the Migos and Nicki Minaj and Bodak Yellow. The only other 2 acts to do this was the Beatles and Ashanti. So she is the first rapper to do so, which is a big deal, you guys. Cardi B is all over the place. Okay, just last night, it was supposed to be midnight, but actually it was before midnight. Bruno Mars released the remix to his song Finesse, and I didn't even realize that it was going to be that song. I thought that he was actually releasing a new song. Turns out that he's just remixing a song that is on his album from 2016, you guys. Talking about staying power. The fact that he released that album in 2016, it is 2018, and he is still releasing songs from there. That lets you know that that album is a bona fide hit. A lot of people I know have problems with Bruno Mars, is the fact that he is not black and that he has this R&B chart topper album. But you know, you just can't deny Bruno Mars has done it. Just puts out good music, even if he is borrowing from the or inspired from the musics of the 80s and the 90s, or more so of the 80s. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, and I enjoyed it. They released the song, and they also released the video last night, and it was sort of reminiscent of the 80s, kind of gave you that whole In Living Color feel. Get my words together. Vibrant, bright colors. You know, them Cardi B and Bruno Mars in a room, you know, painting the screen. And I mean, it's a fun, happy song. Cardi B is the perfect person for that, because she is a fun, happy person. And Bruno Mars, like I said, nobody does it quite like him right now. And yeah, I enjoy it all. So yeah, the girl is, you know, she's definitely stepping out on the right foot. I know she's got drama with Offset, and she's been pretty silent about what's going on with Offset. I mean, I'm sure she's dealing with it on her own. A lot of people have a problem with the fact that she is still with him, considering he supposedly got somebody pregnant. I don't think he got anybody pregnant. I believe that he cheated, obviously, because they had it on video. But you know, if you was really going to be a realist and know that you are involved with somebody who is a big time rapper right now, and they out there like that, I mean, cheating is something that is going to be a part of your lives. Okay, it's all about how you deal with it. If you make the choice to stay with the man, and you guys come to some understanding, some sort of agreement. But I don't think that it's unrealistic to think that a hot rapper right now would cheat on this woman. That's a bad way to be. I know you guys are going to get upset with me and tell me that I'm, you know, I'm co-signing, or that I'm okay with the fact that he cheated. I'm not. I'm just telling you the reality is that this is something that they would face. So if she's decided that she's going to stay with him, then let her try to figure that out. Let her try to figure that out. Okay? And if she figures that this ain't a relationship that she's willing to fight for, then that's okay too. All right? All right. All right, you guys, a story about my hometown. Actually, the West Coast is the best coast. Y'all know West Side fool. They have legalized marijuana in California. All right, and everybody claps the good clap. They're excited about the fact that it was inevitable. They had already legalized medicinal marijuana. If you had a medical card, then you were able to get marijuana in some of the marijuana shops out there in California. Now, the good thing is anybody can take part in the smokery that is going on in California, and they won't have to worry about any legal ramifications of doing so. And then I'm sure that they'll be able to tax cannabis the same way that they're able to tax cigarettes, and the same way that they're able to tax alcohol. So yeah, it's a win-win for that state as far as the government is concerned. The bad part though is when you look at some of the issues that have happened in, say, Colorado, who has also legalized recreational marijuana, then you start to have some, then you just start to wonder. They say that more and more people are being addicted to marijuana in Colorado. They say that there are way more accidents from people smoking and driving, being under the influence. And then they also have a lot of accidental overdosing and poisoning of children who have been eating edibles and either didn't know that they were eating it or ate way too much, because you're not able to gauge how much you are that you are intaking. Is that the word? Is that a word? But they don't realize how much they have ingested when it's in the form of a popcorn or a cookie or even sodas. They have sodas evidently that have marijuana in it. So there are some repercussions, and it's going to take its effect on healthcare in California. We're just going to wait and see. But Colorado already has those stats out there. It ain't necessarily been a good thing. And then I'm always wondering what happens with when people are smoking. Now, a lot of people compare drinking to smoking weed. The difference with drinking is when you drink, nobody is affected other than the person that is drinking. Okay, when somebody is smoking weed, or even if they're smoking cigarettes, then you have to worry about the contact of the smoke. You can't contain smoke. So smoke that's going out and supposedly being in areas like a park, say, where kids are around and can get in contact with secondhand smoke, and then weed smoke, potentially they could get high from the contact. So they're gonna have to try to figure out some things with marijuana. I haven't really done that much research, so I don't know if there's still some areas where they are and are not able to smoke weed. But as of now, yeah, they have legalized weed out there in California. So if that is your thing and you're looking to move to California, that is one more reason why you probably should. All right, you guys, so Essence Communications is a near 50-year-old brand that has the magazine, of course. It has the festival, the Essence Fest down in New Orleans, as well as a digital presence now, since the digital age has completely taken over. Not even sure how much that actual magazine, the actual paper magazine, will be in circulation. However, Essence Magazine was just acquired by a black billionaire. His name is Richelieu Dennis. Not sure if I'm saying his first name correct, but he is also the gentleman who owns Shea Moisture brand. He bought Essence, I believe they said, for, I didn't write it down. Was it $3 billion? I did not write it down. I'm not quite sure. I'll try to put it on the screen if I can remember. But yes, he purchased it back from Time Warner, I believe, were the ones who owned it at the time. And it is now 100% owned by the black people. So, yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm not sure if who is Ebony owned by? Is that still a black-owned magazine? Not sure. But anyway, yes, Essence Magazine is 100% owned by a black person. It will be continued to run by black women. Okay, they said that the entire executive board of Essence Magazine is run by black women. All right, and it will continue to be so. So that's a good thing, okay? Fist pump of righteousness for the black women out there that are fighting to continue this brand, okay? As long as I have been alive, 47 years, Essence has also been around. So I know that brand. I am comfortable with that brand. And I am proud to know that black women are still doing it in 2017. Actually, this is 2018. But also, we must definitely thank Mr. Dennis for believing in the brand and investing his money and carrying it on. So, congratulations to Essence. It is black owned once again. All right, you guys, then a sad story. We got to do a rest in peace to Erica Garner. Okay, Erica Garner became an activist at the ripe young age of 26 years old when her father, Eric Garner, was killed by the police in New Jersey. Remember, he was the one who was choked out on the streets as he was just selling single cigarettes, and the police crushed him where he was not able to breathe. They say after he was killed, Erica Garner became a warrior for the fight, not just for her father, but for countless other men and women alike, black in particular, who have been unfairly treated and even killed by the police. Like her father, she had asthma. And right before Christmas, I believe they said like a week before Christmas, she had an asthma episode where it was so severe that she had a major heart attack. They took her to a hospital in Brooklyn. They put her in a medical-induced coma because there was some brain damage from lack of oxygen during that asthma attack as well as the heart attack. And it had come out right before Christmas that they thought that she had died. However, she had not passed yet. They said they did see some brain activity, so the family was keeping hopeful. But then I believe the Saturday before Christmas, Erica Garner did finally die from the heart attack. That's not the official determination of how she died, but that is what they expect. Erica Garner leaves behind an 8-year-old daughter and a 4-month-old son that she named after her father. Just sad. Ironic that she passed very much the same way that her father did, not under the hands of the police, but from an asthma attack that, induced this major heart attack. They say that the stress of the fight put a major strain on her body, which I can imagine can't be an easy job, especially for somebody so young. But she believed that that was her calling and that was the fight that she fought. So prayers up to the Garner family. Just tragedy. Hopefully they don't face any more tragedy in that family. It's time for some good things to happen for them. But rest in peace to Erica Garner. All right, you guys, and congratulations are in order to Hoda Kotb. She is the person who will be taking over the co-anchor spot of Matt Lauer, who, it was vacated when he was fired amidst the sexual abuse allegations or sexual misconduct allegations, I should say. They have given the position to Hoda Kotb. And good for Hoda Kotb. She's going to be joining WeedInCali. She's also going to be staying on for her regular show that she had with Kathie Lee Gifford from the 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock hour. So Hoda gonna be busy, all right, because she's going to be working from 7 to 9, and then she's going to be working 10 to 11 as well. So basically her whole morning is at the damn studio. Okay, even with her doing all of that work, they're saying that Hoda is majorly underpaid. Okay, her salary was going to be $7 million, which to me is a whole lot of fucking money. But when you compare Hoda's salary to Megyn Kelly's $20 million, Robin Roberts $15 million, George Stephanopoulos's $18 million, and Kelly Ripa's $20 million. Hoda is on the lower end of the paying scale. Matt Lauer, I think they said, was getting paid somewhere around $36 million. So, yeah, major difference and disappointing. I mean, I don't know if I expected her to get Matt Lauer's salary, but considering that she's going to be doing still the same job that Matt Lauer was doing, and they're also saying that since he left and she took his position unofficially, the ratings have been up. So now they're starting to wonder if he was even turning away viewers because people was still pissed about the shit that he had done to what's the lady name, y'all? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that said he pinched her ass. Okay. Who I can't even think of her name. But anyway, now they're wondering if he was actually not bringing in viewers to the show. So yeah, it's kind of jacked up. However, Hoda seems to be okay with the salary that she's gotten. I'm sure that once contracts, maybe this is only going to finish out this season, and when contracts start back up for the next season, which starts, I believe, in September, then she can negotiate for more money. But yeah, it's just another reminder that women are not paid equal salary or even somewhere comparable salary to what men are paid. Still, we're not going to rain on Hoda's parade because, like I said, Hoda seems to be happy to have that position. So, again, congratulations to Hoda Kotb. She is a new co-anchor on the Today Show. And then lastly, you guys, in quickies. First, The Chi. Everybody is asking me if I'm going to be reviewing it. No, I don't have any plans to review it. I actually have not even been able to watch it. I know that they had some had the first episode or so on YouTube, and there was this big media push for people to watch ahead of time. The show does officially start, I believe, this Sunday, and I'm just probably just going to watch it on Sunday. But no, I don't have any plans to review it. I've heard good things. I've heard great things about the show, so hopefully it does well. I'm sure that Ashley will review it, being that Ashley is from Chicago, and I did even hear her talk about it and tweet about it. So you guys go on to Ashley Miller TV. She will be reviewing it. I'm just about positive. I haven't even asked her. I think Kevin from the Scorpion Show is also going to be reviewing that show as well, or at least talking about it when they do their topics. So isn't it something though that me and Ashley and Bondi all have our own, even though I'm in Atlanta, I still consider Insecure being my show. I consider Queen Sugar being Bondi's show, and now Ashley got the Shy. Okay, y'all, it's the trifecta all over again. Anyway, you guys, yeah. We'll be talking about the Shy, I'm sure, but as of now, I haven't even watched the show. I'm sorry. In the nigga please news of the day, they say that Kendu say he need more money, y'all. Kendu has put in a motion to the court saying that he has, and I quote, experienced physical manifestations of stress and emotional distress, which has caused him to become hospitalized. The nigga's so fucking stressed out about everything that he had to be put into the hospital, y'all. Poor thing. I almost had to pull out the white people tears, so Kendu. I said, Kendall, you acting like a white woman out here. He said he can't pay his bills, though. $35,000 that Mary J. Blige gives him a month is not enough, and that he needs another $30,000. I said, Kendall, now didn't we just see you on a fucking video gambling with Zelle swag? You sure had enough money to put in the pot then. Nigga, I suggest that if you wanted to keep your financial status the same way that it had been when you were married, then maybe you shouldn't have been fucking around with broke-ass bitches, baby. You gonna cheat up. You been fucking around with bitches that can't do nothing for you, and now you putting in the hospital stressed out about some shit. No, you ain't getting no damn more money, but we gonna find out for sure in March. But I can't see the judge giving it. If the judge didn't give it to him back then, why would he give it to him now? Okay, we don't give a fuck about your tight chest. Nigga, go sit down somewhere. New couple alert. They say that French Montana and Evelyn Lozada is seeing each other. I say that French Montana sees everybody, so I wouldn't get all excited about that new couple alert. French Montana be dating everybody and just be smiling over on the side, child. That ain't nothing serious. They ain't nothing big to happen there. The Sky and Ra Ali fight at Puffy's New Year's Eve party was ridiculous. Evidently, Ra still wanted to get back at Sky for Sky, running her through the mill back on Black Ink, when she beat up Ra Ali, and they hadn't been able to, obviously hadn't crossed paths, and Ra Ali thought it was smart to choose this time to fight Sky. Okay, now you are at this is an event where there's millionaires there. You got all the who's who in black music and entertainment at this party, and you are fighting on the fucking red carpet. Like, who does that? That girl cannot have no good sense. If I was Puffy and I found out about that, I would never invite her. Sky probably won't get invited as well. I'm just kind of wondering how they got invited in the first place. That's neither here nor there. I would never invite them to shit ever again because, bitch, first of all, you D-list. You was lucky to even bring your ass on here to this damn party, and now you want to cut the food like this? As far as the fight, yeah, I saw it. At first, they posted a little part of the clip of the video where it looked like nobody really got any good hits in. They was just holding on to each other's hair and kind of going in circles. But then I saw the full video of the fight, and yeah, Raleigh did get some good hits in at the beginning because Sky did not know that this is what was about to happen. She was coming to Ra and she was going to hug her, and as soon as Ra got up on her, then she started swinging. So I guess the hood girl in me would say, she got her licks in whenever she could. But the one that got some fucking sense tells me, like, girl, there's a time and a place for everything. And that was not the time nor the place. You made an ass of yourself fighting that girl at that party. And honey, you can forget about going to another one, at least one of Puffy's parties from here on out. Dumbass. That Riley is stupid. And then lastly, you guys, everybody is all excited about the How to Get Away with Scandal mashup that was confirmed by Kerry Washington yesterday. She posted a picture of the script where Olivia and Annalise are interacting with each other on an How to Get Away with Murder episode. I'm assuming that this is just going to be one episode, and that it's just a one-time thing, just something that Shonda, Shonda likes to do these type of off the, just kind of something that's a little different for her shows, and that makes me concerned. You guys, I've always talked about how when Shonda starts to get into these modes of just kind of doing shit that's not normal for the show, that they start to, it starts to get to that point where it's like, are y'all about to jump the shark? Remember the musical episode of Grey's Anatomy and all? Even though Grey's Anatomy is still on, but some of the shit that they have done on Grey's Anatomy has made me just be like, oh God, what is going on now? So I'm actually a little concerned about the fact that they're putting these two together. But I mean, if it's just one episode and it's all in fun, then maybe it can be okay. But I'm not 100% sold on it. I mean, yes, in a perfect world, in our mind, Annalise and Olivia being two black, very strong women in a scene together, that seems to do something for us. But then when I really, really think about it, I just be like, how this gonna work out? So as of now, I'm going to be hopeful and hoping that the episode that they do put out where these two are together, that it'll be well, but not quite ready to tap dance and jump up and down. We gonna see, y'all. We gonna see. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.